everybody, welcome back to another vlog. Today, as promised, we are going to be talking about all the new foods that I have tried in Turkey for the very first time. Now, it has been a journey trying to find all of them at once because some of them are seasonal and are not so easy to find in the middle of summer, but I did my best, and as I look at them now, as they're kind of like arranged in front of me, I realize that the new things that I've tried are mainly the sweet things and not so much savory things that I like. But anyway, let's start. First item on my list, and it is stuffed mussels. Now, I have tried oysters before. When we stayed in Oregon coast, I think we had smoked oysters. We had them with sprinkled cheese and some olive oil or something. And then I've tried the raw ones in different places. But the stuffed mussels in Turkey are served with herbed and spiced rice, and I've never tried that before. The stuffed mussels are actually considered a street food snack here in Turkey, and it seasonally could be found along with the roasted corn on the cob and the roasted chestnuts. It is all over Turkey, all over the coastal area. Let's turn this video into a mukbang. Smells like sea, like oysters. Let's be a little civilized here. Oh my god, this looks disgusting. Now, I have to be very careful eating mussels because I heard a story that one lady swallowed a shell and scratched her throat, and she cannot speak, or like she has like a tube in her throat. Now, I cannot imagine myself eating it outside as a street snack, but it is nice, and it is kind of gives you this taste of summer and taste of the sea all in one shell, or two. Two. You could potentially walk around and eat it like this, but yeah, I wouldn't. That brings me to my second item, and it is roasted chestnuts. Now, roasted chestnuts may not sound like something so unusual for somebody from Azerbaijan, because in recent years I have seen in several parks we started having those little corners where you can get them. But honestly, I have never tried them in Azerbaijan. The first time I tried them was in Turkey. And I really tried to get them now, but roasted chestnuts is a seasonal treat, and you can usually get them at every street corner in winter, not everywhere in summer. You guys, I really did try to find the roasted chestnuts, but it looks like on Bağdat Caddesi they're out of season, but I'm pretty sure closer to touristic areas such as Hagia Sophia, Topkapı, I'm pretty sure they have them, because last year around the same time when Ty and I were exploring Istanbul, we've seen them everywhere, and I even have a video proof of that. But as a good alternative, I have ordered this candied chestnut. I really have never tried, I've never even heard, well, yes, I've heard about it. Bursa is famous for their candied chestnut, but it smells like jam. Interesting. This is definitely something that I'm gonna take home for mom to try. Hopefully she'll like it. I mean, it's like if you've ever tried a roasted chestnut, it's that, but sweet. You know what I mean? It's a very unusual taste. Really, I should make a wish. You know, every time you try something for the first time, you should make a wish. I need to do that. Item number 3 on my list is a turnip juice, or şalgam. It is a fermented drink made from black carrots and dark turnips. And it is a sour soft drink. Get 2 different versions. One, the acılı, or the spicy one, or acısız, the regular one. It is mainly served with fish, because that was the first time I tried it. We were in the fish restaurant, and that was a traditional drink served with any fish dish. I think I tried the regular one. I wanted to see if this smells very fermenty. Very salty fermented drink. It does go well with fish, but you have to be very careful with this type of juices because they can play with they can, I think, drastically lower your blood pressure. Okay, let's try the spicy one. I don't think I've ever tried the spicy one. I've always specified that I don't want spicy. Smell the same. Hopefully it's not like atomic spicy. It is. Oh my god. Whenever it says acılı in Turkey, trust it. It's not mildly spicy. It is spicy as hell. So if you are into spicy things, go ahead. If you're not, stick with the regular one. While I was researching that, I also saw that they actually sell the pickle juice as well. I have never seen it sold like this. I've always seen pickle juice kind of like as a leftover after pickles, you know, like in a jar, but I've never actually seen it sold in the actual bottle as a juice. So apparently it is consumed as a drink, but I don't know how healthy that is, but that is a drink item. So my next item is also spicy. I hope not as much. But the next item on my list actually almost gave me a heart attack when I first tried it. It is called raw meatballs or Çiğ Köfte. And as you can tell from the name, it is something that is served raw, like tartar. The way it is served is you take a piece of lettuce, like so, and you put a little cutlet that looks like this with your hands. Don't think I'm a monkey. It is how it's done. And then you sprinkle it with the lemon. You wrap it. I should have taken a bigger piece of lettuce, and you eat it. Raw meatballs is kind of an appetizer. It's brought before the main course, and it can be, as a regional recipe calls for, it can be with raw meat like tartar, or it can be meatless like vegetarian, or even vegan version because there is no dairy in it. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that it's always spicy, so if you have any stomach issues, yeah, just stay away from that. Oh my god, it's coming. Oh my god, I think my stomach is in a state of shock right now because one, I've never eaten so many sweet things at once and then mixed it with spicy food and spicy drinks. Anyway, back to the story. Nobody told me that there is a vegetarian version, that the version we ordered was vegetarian. There was no meat. Instead of meat, they put bulgur paste and lentil paste. I took a bite and I was like, oh, you know how it's called? And I'm like, no. And they told me the name, like, is it really raw? And they're like, yeah, it's raw meat, like tartar. And I think I died inside because I don't eat raw meat, but it was vegetarian, so I was like, okay, good. Next item on my list was a fruit, and last year when I was ordering one of the boxes from farmers was the first time that I tried it. It was Loquats. Actually, I have never even seen them before. Along the same time when I tried the Loquats, I have discovered the green almonds. Now, when I first saw them in a basket in a supermarket, I was like, Çağla Badem? What do you do with green almond? But apparently you eat it and it is very beneficial for your health. It actually balances your pH level, it nourishes your brain cells, it is good for skin and hair. They're kind of fuzzy and inside they're milky and soft. It has a slight similarity to how the actual almond tastes, but because it is very soft and milky, I don't know, it has a very unusual texture and very unusual taste. Anyway, I tried it for the first time here. It's not something I would usually get, but I've seen people eat it kind of like sunflower seeds, just like that. And apparently they're good for you. So if you've never tried them and you are in Istanbul around May-June period, make sure to stop by in any supermarket and pick some up. It's worth trying just for the sake of experience. Who's next? Rose jam. I'm telling you, there's so many jams here. But really, have you ever heard about roses being used for jam making? I have never. What a cute packaging. I have never tried, I've never even heard about that. But recently a friend told me that they do that in Azerbaijan as well. I was like, oh, I guess there's something I don't know about my own country. Anyway, let's try it. I don't even have a slightest guess how it might taste. I guess very sugary because sugar is being used in the production. That's nice. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Ooh, it's like actual petals. Wow. This is the weirdest thing ever. I've never thought that I'm gonna actually trying to eat rose petals. I want actual petal. Wow. I should make a wish, really. I'm pleasantly surprised. I think I'm going to be purchasing rose jam from now on. The next one, it is candied pumpkin. And the story about this one is that this is actually the very first new food that I've tried in Turkey back in 2015 or 16, the very first time I traveled to Istanbul for work. I was being out and about somewhere in Kadıköy, and the colleague was like, you need to try something that you've never had. And he brings in, it didn't really look like this, but kind of. And he ordered the pumpkin, the candied pumpkin. I did not believe that that was pumpkin. Pumpkin is not something that I usually eat. And candied pumpkin usually is served with nuts, as you can see here. Let's see. This is good. I guess that's the only way I eat a pumpkin, if it's candied. Very nice. This is not how I remember it. Maybe because the way they made it is different, but it's actually pretty good too. Next one on my list was a drink. And it is actually a winter drink. It is called Salep. And it is something that is traditionally served during winter months. But I have found an instant Salep. Everything nowadays you can find in almost everything that can be made instantly. So I found one. Of course, taste of the original one cannot be compared to the instant one, just like coffee. But for the sake of demonstration, this is how Salep looks. And it is a traditional winter drink made from tuberous roots of orchids. Yes, you've heard it right, from roots of orchids. I was just very interested when I heard the description. I was like, okay, let's try it. And it's usually is sprinkled with cinnamon. So if you like cinnamony drinks and it's winter and it's cold and you want to warm yourself up, Salep is the drink. Not bad for an instant drink. It's actually pretty good. Even in the middle of summer, not bad. All right, I think we have now reached my very last item, and it is also a drink. It is a pistachio coffee. The way I discovered it was actually pretty interesting. When I first moved here around 2 years ago, I was given as a present a Kabak coffee, and it is, I thought it was a Turkish coffee, but it's actually a coffee drink. The back in itself is a coffee grinding method when the roasted coffee beans are crushed with unique stones directly in a big wooden cup. I looked at the ingredients and it is actually the medium roasted coffee, creamer, cardamom, chocolate, salep, pistachio, and carob. And the way you make it is exactly how you would make a Turkish coffee. You just put it in a saucepan or a turka if you have it, add water and mix it continuously until the foam starts to form, and once it starts to raise, take it off and you put it in a cup. Because of all the mix of ingredients, it has such a fragrant aroma and the taste of it is different. I gave it to my mom and she really liked it, so every time I go home I pick up a couple of boxes for her. And if you've ever been to Turkey in a supermarket, you know that whenever you approach the coffee stand, there's like a wall of different types of coffee. Like, I have never even heard that a Turkish coffee can be with rose and lokum flavor and then mastic gum flavor. I've never heard that before. And then I saw this coffee, which is called Menengiç coffee, and it is a pistachio coffee. The interesting thing about the pistachio coffee is that it has the consistency and flavor of regular Turkish coffee, but no caffeine inside. This pistachio coffee was a great discovery for me because I like to drink coffee at all times of the day, and given that I have a very fragile sleep lately, I try not to drink coffee later than 5 o'clock, but if I need to, this is a good alternative. It actually tastes like coffee. The texture is like coffee, but has no caffeine inside, doesn't really do anything to my sleep. Keep in mind that it has milk powder in the ingredients, so if you are dairy free, that is not for you. And it actually will tell that on the front. I think that's my new favorite coffee. Okay, that's it. If you guys got interested in any of these items, pretty much most of them are available all year round in pretty much any supermarket or any restaurant, except for the seasonal items. Those might be harder to find. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week in a new vlog. Bye bye.